Hey guys, and welcome back to Project Universal. You join me for a fly-in, see what I did there? Visit to Wixams railway station, the site of the Universal's main railway station. Of course, Universal Studios is just over there. There's the concrete slab. Still busy. It is quite late on a Friday now, so they have pretty much packed up work. I recorded a video earlier on, but that's going to come out probably over the weekend at some point, Sunday, do my normal Sunday thing. And that covers a little bit of goings on because a little sneak peek here, something has been happening over there. All will be revealed on Sunday evening. But for now, just a quick look at Wixams, really. There's not a lot going on here, as I said. They have been busy making little piles of dirt. They're very, very neat. Apparently the supervisor was going to come along and score them on their pileage, training. I don't know what the hell's going on there. But yeah, they've been making nice little piles of dirt, so it seems. Let's look at what the surface is like there. That just looks like the hard, muddy clay surface. And what are the little piles of mud? Are they just little piles of mud? Yeah, they are. I wonder if Mr. Flannery there is going to go over them and they're going to make like a topsoil it, basically. Maybe that's topsoil and it's going to be a little flower bed or something like that. Who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. They always say that, but nobody does know. Looks like, just trying to see, have we got flat earth? Yeah, it looks pretty flat now, apart from the little, there's a little hill going on there. That does look down. You can't really tell. Sometimes you can tell when you get a shadow in the right place, and you can tell if it's a hill or not, but that certainly is going up and then back down there. So yeah, I mean, they've got rid of all this dirt now at Wixams, which is good. That had been there forever. God knows where they've put it all. The site is looking very clean, very clear. We are not expecting to see any construction work. They've been doing donuts, of course. Everyone, you're going to do donuts. If you've got a big open space like this, it just wouldn't make sense. There is a gap in the fence there. They should have probably, or is there a bit of Arris fencing in there? Yeah, there might be a bit of Arris fencing in there. So we won't write no emails to anybody complaining about that. We got some rails there, all here. Is the track still on the line? Do you remember they put track on the line? I'm just being an all-round nosy little git in this one because, there's the track there, because there is not really much to report, so we may as well squeeze 5 minutes out of this, at the very least, just by waffling. I'll tell you what we can have a quick look at, and that would be the Audi distribution centre. Nothing to do with Universal, nothing to do with the train station, but we're here, and for those of you who like diggers, there are a lot of diggers here. I'm just wondering what the tractor and the Bowser, is that a tractor and a Bowser? Yeah, it is. I wonder what he's doing there, other than playing on his phone. I tell you what they do a lot of the time though is they, unless they're using something that requires a refill of water, another thing they'll do is they'll spray the dirt down just to keep the dust down. So because we're so close to a housing estate, they've been busy there. Because we're so close to a housing estate, they've almost made themselves a little road going in there. Oh, and there is a bridge there. I've never noticed that before. It was a bit under the undergrowth. Housing estate, yeah, because it's dusty. You don't want dusty, so sometimes they just spray water over the top of everything. I've never seen them spray it over dirt, but I suppose it's not going to really stay wet for very long, is it? It'll be defeatist really quick. The sun's out, the dirt will soak it up. So you normally just do it on the roads. No idea what they're doing there, but there you go. That's Audi distribution centre. It looks like they're just flattening the land off for now. Flattening and compacting over and over again. I wonder what happened to all the deer that were living here, because I had seen like a whole fleet of deer. Fleet? No, not fleet. Troop? No. Brain fart. Congregation? No, I don't know. Anyway, there you go. There was loads of deer living here, and they've obviously had to be, they've cleared off and gone to live somewhere else. So, no idea where that is. Probably if they can get to the other side of the railway, which they can't, but they can over that bridge in the distance, and there's a lot of woodland there. But then that woodland's going to be chopped up for Universals, I think. Anyway, I don't know that for sure, but let's be honest, they can't. If Universal is, like we said, over there on the concrete slab in the distance, you can't have everyone coming out here and then, you know, up this little road to Wixams. Apologies if I'm pointing at anyone's gardens, it's not my intention. But yeah, you know, you can't have all the traffic and buses and whatnot going up there. So realistically, they're going to have, and let's go a bit closer because there's no one around, that's good. You're going to have something built in these trees, and I think this is the prime place to build a train station. People saying, oh, you know, it's not big enough to have a strong wind warning. I'm just going to come down a bit lower out of the wind. People saying, oh, you know, it hasn't got enough room to build a train station. Well, let me tell you something. There's a Wixams railway station on that side, and they've actually got a ton of room. Look at all this room here. There's a load of room here to build various departure arrival lounges and stuff like that. So they could potentially make it an international train station. So that malarkey could be true. But other than that, I'm going to call that one here. There is nothing to report here. It's nice to see you all. It's nice to be out because the wind's been so high. I haven't been able to really do anything. I got a few snaps in early on in the week, but it's literally drone straight above my head, snap, 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 drone straight back down again. And we left it at that because I didn't want to end up getting, you know, the drone blown out the sky. But there you have it. Right, I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like and all that stuff. It does matter. Like button does matter. The dislike button does not make any difference to anybody. I don't even know how to check who's disliked the posts, but the like button is very good. So hit the like button. It's lovely and it makes me all warm and giddy inside. You can head over to Universal. No, you can head over to Project Universal UK. That's my website. There's some bits and bobs going on there. If you're not on Facebook, I do post the important posts. I'll duplicate them onto my website as well as Facebook. And if you're not a member of the channel yet, why not? Go and support the channel. Cheeky monkey. Right, see you later, guys. Ta-da.